Peter, this sucks. You suck. Ah, my mouth and food.
Paw Patrol, be there on the double. Oh, shit. Whew. Those puppies will get to you. I'm back. This won't be one guy the dogs, they're not gonna get. Welcome to Corzeons. Hey, welcome. And by golly, what an episode we got for you today. You can be sure as poop that the ropes that I'm slinging are sticking to the walls because we're talking Spider-Man. Oh, geez. Oh, boy, my spider holes are sore. Yes. We got a Spider-Man Supersode. We're talking some oldies and some newer issues. And really exciting. Ooh. Without a doubt, Spider-Man is inarguably the best superhero ever, so eat shit. I guess I just like him. Whatever. He's cool. Yes, Spider-Man's awesome. And growing up, the Sam Raimi trilogy of movies was 8 legs of tits. And it was awesome. Even the third one. Yeah, even the third one. I like the dancing. I like the black stuff. The sand was cool looking. Sand was cool, right? Yeah. We won't talk about that. But the sand was cool. Yeah. And it just, it was a nice little wrap up. I liked it. I liked it a lot. But we're not here to talk about that, of course. We're here to talk about the toys. Goodness. Let's do it. Even better than the movies, especially the first two before it got a little weird with the toys even. The first two movies had amazing, super poseable, awesome looking toys. And we're talking about 2 of those. Oh boy! So, first we're going to talk about Super Poseable Spider-Man from Spider-Man 1. Of course, they made a variety of toys, some with stupid gimmicks like kicking and slinging and all that other crap. But, as I said, they made the Super Posables, which, even today, 20 years later, they're still awesome. They hold up and they're durable and they're lasting and they look great and you can pose them every which way and it's great. Without hyperbole, these Super Poseable toys are the pinnacle of mankind, and goodness are my spider hands sticky. Yes, Spider-Man 1's Super Poseable. Back then, these were the best toys. These are even more poseable than the $1 billion Hot Toys version that we'll get to later. What? It's true, folks. I don't lie here, and we're not gonna lie. We're not gonna start to lie. So this toy is pretty cool. Spider-Man is one flexible guy, and MJ and the Rhino know all about it. The best thing about these toys is that you can learn the Spider Sutra with this shit. I mean, be crawling off the walls with your boners, am I right? We've got head tilt ball thing. We got a neck ball. We got shoulder balls. We got bicep turns. We got double joints at the elbows. We got a wrist flipper. We even got web fingers. Goodies! We got a chest pivot. We got a waist. We got a super splitty. We got balls there too. There's balls on the balls. There's balls on balls, folks. Balls on tits and balls on balls. There's a thigh rotate. Another double on the knee. Oh, good. We got a calf. And we got an ankle pivot. And poke a thing. We even got a toeser. Holy Spider-Man. Spider-Man. What a menace. Holy web shooters, folks. Can you even believe it? I couldn't. And I think this was like $12 back in the day. Probably like 80 now. Like the one I got, that Mafex bullshit. Ugh. The paint and the sculpt looks great. It's super movie accurate. Go Spider Rangers! Now, as posable and as awesome as this one, Spider-Man 2 took it up a notch. Took it up a notch from, ouch, that spider bite hurts, to radioactive teen juice. Spider-Man 2, the movie, is arguably one of the best superhero movies ever made. And you know what? It's my favorite Spider-Man toy that I have. It is awesome! Jiminy Jillikers, this is so posable. In fact, it's too posable. And I'll tell you why. It's so posable that he kind of looks like a PlayStation 2 character. Another great Spider-Man thing. Spider-Man 2 was awesome, the game. I can speak words. Spider-Man 2 game good equals spider math. I'm tired. I didn't really want to be filming this today. Kind of like don't want to do it, but you know, I'll muster it up for you guys. You guys are my sultry skanks, and I'm here for you. These first two figures are super sturdy, and they hold up with lots of rough play, and they are amazing. So all these joints make the spider poses awesome. They can do all kinds of thingies. That he can hold up his shoulders like he's holding on a web. He can do all kinds of split stuffs. He can crawl on the wall. So many poses are possible. The only thing is, because of all the joints, like I said, it makes just standing there look really weird. Like, you can't just have him stand there. It's gonna look like a jalopy mess, mister. The shoulders are weird, the arms are too skinny, the hips too thick, the thigh gap, folks. Whoa, hey mom. And the neck is stiff. But oh man, can this guy move? Ooh, he's a mover and a shaker. This one has all the posability of the first figure and ratchets it up. Someone said, hold my Marvel Cannon beer. Do they have a drink there? Like a Duff, but for figures. Anyway, so it's got the same head and all that. The main difference is the shoulders can move back and forward and up. So, looks silly now, but if you ratchet up the shoulders, he can reach over his head, and that is so friggin' cool. It's still one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my entire life. So, yeah, he's got everything the same, except for that, and in addition to these other contrasts that I will now compare and contrast, he's got an actual crunch at the chest, as well as a pivot, as well as the waist. And while the first one just had webby fingers, you can move, not the thumb, but you can move every individual finger on this guy, which for a teeny figure like this is amazing. He can fist, he can finger, he can even the noise is canon. I mean, you left your cello in the basement with this crap. This is awesome. I love it. What a figure. The sculpt and the paint is great again, and I even like the kind of more brightly cartoonish colors of this one. It kind of matches more with the palette of the film as well. What a figure. Oh man, it's time to sober up because the next one is not great. It goes from spectacular to everyday neighborhood. Here we go, disappointees. This is Mafex. I don't know. Amazing Spider-Man 2. So this is semi-recent. It's from the second Andrew Garfield movie. And the main reason I wanted to get this is not only did the promotional photos look cool, they always do. I really loved the Spidey suit in that movie. Yes, it was critically panned and all that crap. But the Spider-Man suit, it was so cool. And this suit nails the look of it perfectly. However, what it doesn't nail is my butt, because it is not a great figure. It looks kind of dumb, and there's just lots of problems with it. Now, this one was an expensive one, so it came with lots of extra stuff. Comes with extra hands, I think maybe even extra feet. Comes with a Andrew Garfield maskless head. It comes with webs to stick on. It comes with a magnetic base to try to crawl on him. But all of that, regardless of all that, it's still not good. It's flimsy. Whoa. It wiggles. It can't stand good. It falls apart. I barely touched this foot and it just popped right off. I was super disappointed once I actually got it out of the box. I wanted it to be amazing, Spider-Man 2, but it was basically not good. So one of the coolest things about it was that there are magnets in the hand and feet so that you could attach them to the magnetic wall crawler thing. Really cool in theory. Again, I didn't even touch it. Very cool in theory, but the magnets aren't very strong. It doesn't work great, so good luck. And once I stopped playing with it, I become a poser with this thing. It really goes to poserville. We got some nice head stuff. Very nice, actually very natural and good feeling head stuff. But the shoulders barely move. It feels like I'm gonna break it. They got the same kind of stuff. They got, you know, the bicep pivot, the double joints and stuff. But not too much movement in the hands or the wrists. That's why they have replacement hands, I guess. A nice, you know, good wide rate motion at the chest, but no crunch or anything. And then interestingly, like a ball at the waist. That's pretty cool. The thighs actually move pretty well, but there's no or the hips move pretty well. The hips actually move pretty well, but there's no thigh rotate. So even though you can kind of get into realistic like human poses, it's still kind of lacking. And like I said, you will see the foot fall off countless times because they're just, the ball like doesn't stay. It's really crappy and really annoying. So fine for standing still, I guess, but, or I mean posing still in some kind of spider pose, but other than that, a huge disappointment, a huge overpriced waste of money, and I don't want to look at it anymore. But I better not actually throw it because it might explode into a tiny bunch of pieces. The paint, like the shininess of it looks just like the movie that way wise. It's just not aesthetically pleasing. The overall proportions look weird, and spiders to say, I was not very Peter Parkered by this. The worst of the bunch! And the last figure we're going to talk about in our Spider-Man Supersode, I'm very excited to present. I believe this is the first ever Corzeons Hot Toys toy. Now, Hot Toys and all that sideshow stuff make super expensive, but super impressive looking collectibles. Now, the key word is looking, because while it is super impressive looking, the limitations I will describe prevent it from being Spider-Man. This is Hot Toys 6th scale Spider-Man Marvel PS4 Advanced Suit Spider-Man. I love that game. Awesome game. Still waiting on my PS5. But, yeah, the suit was really cool looking. The game is really awesome. And I missed out on the Hot Toys Amazing Spider-Man 2 figure, which would have been pretty cool. But this one is a little bit better than that. I missed out on the other figures because I was younger then, and I did not yet know that you could waste a mortgage payment on a figure. Now I do, and it's fun. I am, of course, slightly exaggerating. A little bit. Does this toy look amazing? Yes. Paint, sculpt, proportions, accuracy, expensive. It is rad. But if you actually want to pose it, this is about as Spider-Man-y as he gets. Now, this cannot move like Spider-Man at all, unless Spider-Man loves to stand still and he moans when he stretches. Now, this being 6th scale, it has all the movement of any other 6th scale figure. So under all of that, there are the joints. They exist. If you were to strip him naked, you wouldn't see any spider balls, but you would see a lot of ball joints and other things. That being said, when he's just standing there, it looks really good. I would say his chest is a little bit too poofy. You can give him a squeeze. And the overall proportions look kind of like me wearing a Spider-Man suit, as opposed to some kind of lithely, nubile, hot, sexy, skinny but muscular. Now, in an effort to give this dolly some authenticity, the suit is real fabric, and that's what limits the posability. The head is an actual sculpt, and I believe the eyeballs come out to give them expressive eyes like the more recent Spider-Man can do, which is really cool. I think they're magnets, and they pop out, which is really awesome. But once you leave the head behind, it's all one piece, except for the hands. Even the feet are part of it, except for the hands, which I think you can switch out. You can swap out also, just like the Mafex one. But yeah, because of the suit, it's not the stretchiest thing, and if you try to pose it real hard, shit's gonna rip, and we don't want that. But you can kind of see that the movement's in there. It wants to come out, it wants to, but it can't. That's about as far bend as you can get. Since he has replaceable hands, there's not any movement in the hand. There are little attachments for the webs that it came with too, which is really cool. So he's got like tilt, he can move his waist. You know, in some ways this is more humanly movement-y possible because of the restriction. But again, like that's about as far as it can go, and I don't want to rip it, so I'm not gonna push the poses too much. But yeah, that's about as bent as the knees get. There is a toe. You know, you can twist the feet around. You can twist everything around. Like I said, it's 6 scale, so everything moves. Everything is in there, but you can't really access it. That being said, of course, these expensive toys aren't really for playing with, they're for posing. And even in modest spider poses, this thing is really cool to look at. It looks expensive, because it is. And it's a really cool Spider-Man. I don't know what else to say about it. It's really neat. That suit in the game is Spider-Man-y, yet different. That with the splashes of the white and stuff, it's just really awesome. Because they're 6 scale and they're dollies, I guess they have to have real fabric clothing. With that fabric clothing, he's lost what it means to be Spider-Man. And Spider-Man is nothing if not an acrobatic sex maniac. This figure can barely do the wheelbarrow. Like I mentioned, it comes with the hands and all the other stuff. I think it comes with different... I don't think it came with a different head, but it comes with different eyes. It comes with a cool New York City backdrop to pose him against. It comes with a stand to hold him up Spider-Man style. So again, as a very expensive 6 toys figure, it comes with all the things that you'd expect. So do I love it? Yes. Does my bank account love it? No. I don't care if it's super expensive and you're supposed to look at it. I wanna pose it! Let me pose it! I don't care if I see the joints. Like, Iron Man it up with some like harder armor crap or something so that hides the joints somehow. We did it! That's our show, folks! Before we go, of course, we have to ask Aby which one he likes best. Aby? Well, I'm as surprised as you are. So, we did it! That's our show! And I just want to say... Hello, I am Corbett, the robot. I excrete to you from the year 2029. Dark is the future. Human is real screwed, buddy. My creator has creatored me to chat room you this message from the future. He brain is alive. As you can see from this video of downtown Buffalo as envisioned by the National Football League. Everything is on fire, even water. It is getting hot in here, and I will not remove my clothing. You have only years to act. My message is here to save you from cataclysm. To save the world, you must first... Ding! Oh! The Pete Morgulator has barfed. The Pete Morgulator takes ancient pizza DNA and rebuilds the Jesus bread in ancient days. Oh, Pete Morgulator, your shrill whine makes my sex machine smoke. Today we have epic pizza showdown. Wait, have we done this before? Memory segment not found. No, surely this is the first time. On the left quadrant we have Wagmans. On the right quadrant we have Tops! Upon first glance, it passes the pointy test of triangles. Bazinga! Let us swallow. First I will have the mans of wigs. Okay. It is fine. On second bite, this is not very good. It kind of tastes like excrement. And yet, I continue to feast. The grease is clouding my eye sensors. Wegmans complete. Next, I will entrust to my stomach Tops time. Okay. The round meat is better on this one. The cheese is less gooey, very disappointing, but the taste is overall better somehow. The sticker on top of the ancient box artifact indicates that Wegmans was more expensive. Interesting, the paradox. My feelings are conflicted. The cheese was lackluster. The sauce was red. The bread was bread. The rhyme is awesome. My heart needs lightning cable for the sorrow. In conclusion, reluctantly, the winner is Tops. Oh no.
Malfunction.
It's happening again. Why would no one warn me not to consume pizza bread? Is Corbutt ever gonna learn that silly thing, whatever the hell it is? But I am concerned. Every time they say it says that we are just minutes away from the apocalypse, and I don't know about you, but I'm getting a little antsy for Corbutt to get to the point. But I do love pizza, and I do love explosions, and I do love interrupting my show for nonsense. Anyway, maybe we'll learn someday before the world turns into the brutal hellscape that Corbutt's future shows. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe. And if you didn't enjoy it, please enjoy it so you can subscribe. And if you didn't enjoy it and you don't want to subscribe, what are you even doing here? Take care of your kids. I do have a Patreon. Why a Patreon? Whatever, it's there. I like posting and logging in. Please see my social media bullshit. And as always, thank you once again for watching on Corzeons. Season 2 continues. And next time in Corzeons, I even remember the episode again. I'm on a roll with this crap. Next time we're talking Mattel Super Colossal Dinosaurs. We've got T-Rex, we've got Brachiosaurus, and we've got Apatosaurus. Those are gonna be awesome. They're huge. Almost as big as this big boy's bottom.
Spider-Man, what the hell are you doing? You know, there's actually a very accessible fly right here. But you know what? I don't like flies. Spider-Man! Spider-Man!